Okay then, everybody. So this is a bit of a different thing to what I normally do on my channel. This is going to be my Christmas gift guide for all you airsofters out there, or more specifically, this is going to be a Christmas gift guide for people who aren't airsofters trying to buy stuff for people who are. So let's get stuck in. The first thing we're going to be speaking about today is what not to buy somebody for Christmas. Okay then, so what shouldn't you get somebody for their Christmas present for Airsoft? Well, there's three things I've written down here, and I think it's really important to talk about them. So the first thing, nobody should be getting somebody who's not also an Airsofter, is don't touch any riffs or any guns, nothing like that. Don't go buying them for your loved ones. Now, there's two reasons for this. Number one, if you don't play Airsoft, you don't have a Yukara, which means that you're probably going to end up buying your friend, family member, or significant other a two-tone gun, which they may not want. Or you could just buy the wrong thing. Even if you do use their Yukara, you might end up buying the wrong item, and then that just leads to issues. And because things can be expensive, it's a lot of money to waste on something you don't know that they want. So for the case of riffs and guns, ignore them, avoid them altogether, unless you specifically know what your partner or friend wants and you're going to buy them something specific that you know a lot about. Okay, that's just a caution there, because a lot of people go out and buy young kids stuff like that, two-tone cheap AEGs off of dodgy websites, and I've met people at game fields where young kids have been crying because they got bought an AEG for Christmas. It sucks, and it's two-tone and it's like a horrible colour, and it's just not a good time. I definitely wouldn't recommend any riffs or guns whatsoever. Second of all, staying on that, magazines and upgrades for things they already have. Again, unless you know the specifics, don't just go out and buy an M4 AEG mag because you had a quick Google and they have an M4 AEG, because they're not all compatible. As things like gas mags as well, again, you might go, oh, my partner's been telling me all about his Tokyo Marui MP7. You go and buy the VFC mag that doesn't fit, and then again, you're having issues there. So avoid mags, avoid upgrades too, unless you know the specific upgrade. So for example, if that family member has given you links or pages to buy from, don't buy any upgrades for stuff either, because again, if you're not lucky, it's not going to fit, or it's not going to be useful, or it's going to have kind of the negative side effect of it making the gun worse. Last of all is specific attachments. A lot of people like to buy big presents for kind of birthdays and Christmases, and things like expensive red dot sights or stuff like that, which may not go with your family member, significant other's play style. It might end up in a bit of hot water there, buying something for them that they're either not going to use, or it's just going to sit and get dusty on a shelf. So those are the things I don't recommend. I also urge you to take caution with everything on our list today. There's three things you're going to want to do with our list today. Check to see if they already have it. Check to see if they have one and use one already and would like a better one. Ergo, if they've been using a sling and they're moaning that their sling is rubbish, figure out which one they have a look and do your research online to see which ones would be better, or ask them, maybe bring it up in a sly conversation, and then buy the appropriate item. And last of all, if you're going to buy them an item that's for Airsoft, if you're not sure what to get them, buy them something that they use all of the time, that you know that is a consumable that they're going to need more of over time. I'm going to get to that a little bit later, kind of your consumable items, things like that. It's actually my number one recommendation is not even an item you can buy, people, but you're going to get why I'm going to recommend it as our number one slot. So without further ado, let's get into our Christmas gift guide at number 10. So at number 10, we have something quite simple and basic, which is rails. And now, this might seem like a weird one because I've just told you don't buy anything specific, but it's pretty easy to check which rails your partner, significant others, rifle or gun uses. And if they need some or needs things like this, or have mentioned it in the past, they're quite easy to purchase and they're cheap, coming in at just a couple of quid. If I figured out how to do it on the editor, I'll put the prices for these down below as I'm going right around here-ish. So, this is an M-LOK rail for, it's for your M-LOK handguards, M-LOK parts. You can buy this with Keymod, which is an alternative option. So you can Google Keymod M-Lock. Those are two ones. They're often a couple of quid. This one here was £10.99 for two from White Sphere Tactical, which is just around the corner from me. So that's my first recommendation, because a lot of people end up getting attachments or things for themselves and then they don't have space on their handguard because they're using an M-Lock or key mod rail. So these are a great little treat, especially a little stocking filler to give to that airsofter in your life. And they're easy to get hold of and they're compatible with mostly everything. Again, all you got to do is look at their gun. If it's a little circle with a little line next to it, that's key mod. If it's just straight rectangular kind of gaps, that is M-Lock. Pretty simple. Okay then, so next is slings. I mentioned this earlier. Remember, if you're going to buy a product, make sure that you're getting something that's going to benefit them. It's either better than what they have, or maybe they don't have one, they've been asking for one. My recommendation is one that I've just been gifted, so most of this stuff has actually just been gifted to me because it's my birthday today. It won't be on the day of my filming, of me posting this, so this Saturday is not my birthday. This has been recorded in the past. So, this is a sling and sling pad from Deadly Customs. Sorry if my parrot's making a lot of noise, his little rescue parrot. I'm actually wearing his merch currently. This sling is two different colours, so it has a multicam tropic for the actual sling, and then I got myself one of their limited edition sling pads, which is DNC, which are my favourite camos. This was bought for me by my wife. She asked me which colours I wanted. She knew which website to get it from, so this is another way of doing things. Go, I'm going to buy you this, what do you want it in? And then you can just get it as a surprise. This is quite a cool piece of kit. It is an adjustable sling too, so while you're playing your game, you just pull on this loop and it can make the sling longer and shorter for stowing your rifle when you switch into a secondary or you're outside of the game zone. So, slings, pretty good. I'll have the price down below because I don't know what it is. It was bought for me as a gift. But that's a good one, and Deadly Customs is a pretty solid company, and there are lots of discount codes for that company if you want to order it. Anything I'll say is about Deadly Customs, don't order something expecting it next day. They're all custom made, so it can take, for one of these items, up to 5 weeks. Let's go to our next thing at number 8. For number 8, this is going to be another one that you probably need to do a little bit of research beforehand, but these come in all kinds of shapes and sizes and costs. Now, this would be a suppressor, silencer, whatever you want to call it. That's a hotly debated topic at airsoft sites, silencers, suppressors, whatever. This is the PTS Dead Air Sandman. This is this I think the smallest one out of the lot. This can come in either as with a tracer unit too, so if they play in indoor CQB, so basically if you know they play indoors, you can get them the tracer version of this, which will also mean their BBs will light up as they shoot them, which is pretty cool. These start off, I think, about £70. Some stores have them at a ridiculous price of over 130 quid, but they start about 70 quid if you can find a decent retailer for them. Just watch out, because there are some fake ones of these about. You'll know if it's real or fake, because the fake ones are plastic and the real ones are solid metal. But these are great. Will change the sound of your airsoft rifle just a little bit as you're firing it, and you can put even more foam inside to practically make it silence. They're pretty awesome. It comes with a flash hider, which actually this slots into and locks into, so if you're ever worried about buying a suppressor and it being wobbly, you won't have an issue with one of these. So suppressors are pretty good. Makes your gun look a little bit cooler if you don't really care about any of the functionality of it. It's just like, oh, I've got one on the end. They're a good idea, and again, they can be that nice mid-range treat. They're not ridiculously expensive, but they're not ridiculously cheap. So if they haven't got one, basically if the end of their gun doesn't look like it has a can on the end, there you go. Not a very expensive thing to buy. You can get these for the cheap versions of this that are just foam filled, which are just, they actually make them sound quieter, but they're cheaper, but they're often like a cheap plastic. They start at tenner. Awesome. On to what we're at now. We're on to number 7. Okie doke, so we're going to do number 7 and 6 together, which is going to be belts and belt accessories, kind of pouches and dump pouches and things like that, all in one go. So first thing you need to ask yourself is, when your friend, family, relevant other, whoever you're buying a gift for leaves the house, are their clothes tucked in, or not? This sounds like a weird question, but if their clothes are tucked in, ergo they look nice and neat as they're going out the door, then something like a shooter's belt is going to work for them. Shooter's belt's attached to a Velcro inner belt, which go around your actual trouser loops, and it only really works if you're wearing tucked in uniform, or otherwise effectively your shirt's going to get caught on all of this stuff on the outside. So that's what a shooter's belt is going to be helpful for. And then you have battle belts. So if they like to let it all hang loose, they're wearing baggy clothing, things like that. Battle belts, like this one from Warrior, are going to be also a very useful tool. Now, these belts both range about the £100 mark, but most of them come with either accessories or add-ons. This one is the battle belt made by Warrior. I will just double check that it is. I'll pop it up on the screen right now if it is. And this one here is made by, again, Deadly Customs. This is the one we had to wait, I think my wife said, about 4 or 5 weeks for a month and a bit for it to be delivered. So again, if you're going to order one of these custom, just be wary of that. However, there are retailers that keep a stock of most of the variations of this belt, so you can buy one off of a retailer too. Now, attached to this belt are a few extra things. So this is going on to number 6, which is kind of attachments and pouches and stuff. Do they worry about taking their phone with them to Airsoft, or having their wallet or their car keys on them, or not knowing where to put them? The answer is a little admin pouch that goes on the back. This is actually a padded admin pouch. This is made by a company of various descriptions. I thought I did see a label on there earlier. Oh, there you go. This is made by Ynex Tactical. I believe this was off of Amazon, my wife said. It comes with an olive green British patch, kind of Union Jack, sorry. It comes with a little inbuilt compass. Don't know how useful it's going to be on Airsoft when you don't really use it often unless you're doing mil sims. But inside, it's nice and padded, there's plenty of space, and you don't have to worry about your phone getting shot to pieces while it's inside of one of these little cases. Really, really useful. I can fit my wallet, my phone, and my car keys in this one pouch while I'm playing. It means I don't have to worry about leaving them in a safe zone or in a locker. Or I've seen people hide their car keys on the wheel of their car when they go out and play games, and they come back, and it's just a risk you don't want to take. Also, things like dump pouches. This is also made by Warrior. To give you an idea, Warrior do a bundle. I got the bundle probably last year in the last Black Friday sale, which gave me the battle belt, the pistol holster, which I'm not advertising you should get, because again, you should make sure things like this need to be specific, so you probably don't want to get pistol holsters, but they do those. I've got the pistol holster and the dump bag, and that was about £100 because they had like loads of offers on for their last Black Friday sale. So again, good little items to buy friends and family. I'll have some prices come up on the screen for you so you can get an idea of where to go and where to get them from. Again, if you're unsure, ask. I'm going to keep on saying this whole video because I want to make sure people have the best Christmas possible and don't buy the wrong things for their friends and family. Okay, number 5 is actually going to be a quick fire one, because this one's one that I think is pretty much, you just need to have a little sneaky look at their kind of the stuff that they use for Airsoft to see if they need it, which is quick detach mounts, which go on Picatinny rails. Remember that, quick detach mounts that go on Picatinny rails. These are pretty cool for buying for airsofters because a lot of people don't have enough quick detach points on their guns, so they can't run slings how they want to run them. These are a couple of quid off the internet, so they're a little stocking filler. And you have the actual quick detach item itself, so this little swivel here. These are also good because a lot of rifts get shipped without quick detach kind of loops, which means you have the points to mount them, but you don't have the actual thing to mount your sling. So buying a couple of these, just them by themselves, they're a couple of quid each, can be an amazing gift, as effectively it'll give them more use of stuff they already have. Again, if you see a hole that looks like this on the side of it or the back end of an airsoft rift, that's what you're going to kind of put your quick detach points onto. Most people want them because they are a good idea. All right, now then, on to our next thing. We're going on to number 4. Now, number 4 is actually just going to be a bit of a fun one. This one's great because you don't have to ask them anything. You can just buy these for them if you think they look cool. So, patches. This is one I've just been given, which is Tactical Grogu. Okay, I tend to have I think I've got 2 different Grogus already. My wife's bought me this one because this is an Airsoft specific Tactical Grogu. Hopefully it will focus there for you. Oh god, I've made the camera angry now. There you go. I've got Tactical Stabby Frog. There you go. That's also another one there for you. This one's more specific to me because I like Mothman. He's my favourite kind of cryptid. So this is Mothman's the only man for me. Oh my god, the camera's trying to find my face, but I'm putting a thing in front of it. There you go. And then sticker-wise, my wife bought me a little Bergie. That's pretty cute. We went to, last year, we went to a Game Grumps live and they had their main character was Evil Bergie. So she got me a Bergie sticker as well. So stickers, patches, they're all fantastic. If you know they have a lot of Velcro on their equipment, Velcro patches, if they're wearing plain clothing that you could iron on patches onto, that's good as well. But they're both good, but Velcro patches are probably a more superior one to the average Airsofter rather than iron-ons because they're a little bit more finicky, more of a pain. Awesome, on to number 3. So, number 3 is toolkits. Now, I'm going to recommend 2 things. Number 1, does your significant other, partner, friend have a airsoft pistol? Does the pistol move around a lot when they fire it? Ergo, does the slide move back by itself? Does it make a loud noise? If so, they're using a gas gun. If they've got gas stuff, they're going to want a gas key like this. This has all of the different things to be able to work on gas guns, such as gas pistols, gas blowback rifles. Lots of people don't have these, and I end up watching them with the world's worst screwdriver technique, trying to open things up or damaging their equipment. This is a couple of quid. I think this was like £5 or £6. I'll put the update price below if it's anything else. And I got this from DK Armaments. They stock a whole plethora of tools there, which is fantastic. The guy's lovely who runs it. It's just up near Thetford. And the other one is actually a Costco buy. So if you've got a Costco membership, this one will come in handy because I know they still do these because they're super popular. Which is a Bosch kind of 2-in-1 amazing little toolkit. This comes with 2 separate screwdrivers, also 2 separate handles, one small, one large. I can actually get them out of the case for you here. And over, I think it's over 100 bits. No, 42. That's not right. It's not over 100. There's 42. So you've got a smaller bit driver and a larger bit driver there. There you go. Awesome. I have yet to find a obstacle that cannot be overcome by the pieces in this kit. It also locks quite securely. It's got a tough case on it too, so if you're going to take that to a game field, it's a good thing to take as a backup all in one. So I think that kit worked at £19, so that gives you another idea for the cheaper end of things as well, as far as airsoft goes. Right then, on to number 2. Okay then, so number 2 is going to be something that's quite basic. Does your partner, significant other or stuff like that use gas guns like in number 3? Green gas. If it's during the winter, you can also buy red gas, but it's a bit of a risk because not everybody runs red gas even during the winter. Some people just stick with the green. It's a tenner. You can buy it in big cans, small cans, whatever. They make a great stocking filler if you get the small cans. I know a load of people that swear by the small cans because they carry them around with them. I just use a big can because I carry 4 mags on my pistol. It's fantastic and you can't go wrong. Just make sure they have something that uses green gas, or you've probably seen one of these bottles before. People go through them like candy. They're about a tenner each. I go through one about every 6 months because I don't use green gas all that often, but it's worth picking them up one if you've seen this in the house because they will thank you for not having to buy more themselves. The other part of this for number 2 is going to be BBs. Now, this is one that might be controversial because a lot of people say, well, that's going to be specific to the person. They might buy cheap ones, all of that stuff. So, first things first, buy a decent brand. You can see Minty in the background, can't you? Don't buy cheap brand, buy decent brand. So I've got some Vorsk ones here. I've just started using these as a bio ones. These were just recommended to me by somebody. They're not bad. I've not heard rave reviews about them because they're not everybody's go-to. But Vorsk ones, Rebel Precision is the one everybody loves right now. That's BZ Tactical's brand, and there's a few other brands out there too. The I used for a long time Specna Arms is specific brand of BBs. So you've got a lot of choice. Best thing you can do is order from a reputable airsoft shop because they will only sell the good stuff. Now, BBs come in all different weights. How can you make sure you buy the right thing for your friend or partner or significant other? What are you going to do? 0.25s. 0.25 gram BBs are accepted in nearly every site in the country. For example, round me, there's actually 3 sites that max out at 0.25. Some people will go up higher, up to 3.0s and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, most people in something like a pistol, again, something that most people have pistols, so they run them, things like shotguns, stuff like that, where paying for more expensive BBs that are slightly heavier, a little bit less relevant. 0.25s is the best one to go with. So bottle of 0.25s is great. Just maybe have a little snoop around their collection, have a look around their equipment. You will literally just see the brand of it on the front and then how much the BB weighs. Oh, and also have a look and see if it has a bio sign on it as well. If it says bio, buy the bio ones. If it doesn't say bio, you could probably get away with the normal ones. Depends on the site, depends on what you're playing, depending on what they allowed. Now then, on to honourable mentions before we get to number one. Okay then, for our honourable mention for this year's Christmas gift list is going to be military surplus. Head online to military surplus stores across the UK. Closest one to me is in Cambridge. I fell in love with it as soon as I went there. The owner is the nicest guy you'll meet. Hopefully I've got some video of going around there, which I'm going to post later on my channel. The Big Green Barn, just outside of Cambridge. Military surplus is fantastic because as long as you know the size of the person you're buying for, no matter what you buy, you're going to make them happy in some way, shape or form. Even if it is things like bags or pouches and stuff like that, because a lot of military surplus will do those things too. Military surplus is fantastic. You can buy them equipment. Now, obviously, if you have a speed softer in your life, they wear rainbow coloured uniforms and big fancy masks and their gun is bright purple, then maybe military surplus is not the thing for you. However, they will probably have something else they enjoy or like that they've told you about that they like clothing wise. But for the mil simmer in your life, or for the person who likes to dress up like a little army man when they go out and play airsoft just like me, military surplus, this was £12 for a pack of 3. This is American US military surplus undershirts. This is what I wear underneath a lot of my other clothing, or sometimes I wear directly underneath my plate carrier, and this makes me have coverage and comfortability while playing airsoft. So £12, you can get these off websites like Go Army and a bunch of others as well. However, if you're in the Cambridge area, you've got the Big Green Barn, which is just outside of Cambridge city centre. Awesome. That means we must be on to number one. Awesome. So our number one item of the day today is actually nothing I can show you. That's because you can't really buy it. Well, you can. So do you know where your partner, friend, significant other goes for their airsoft matches? Do you know where they like to play their games? Because the simple answer, the best gift you might be able to purchase is a game day. A lot of people forget this for airsofters in their lives, that you can get gift vouchers, you can get game days pre-purchased, stuff like that for your significant others or your loved ones or your friends, so they can go out and enjoy an amazing day out of airsoft and not have to worry about paying that entry fee. You know, in the UK, prices range. The day I'm going to tomorrow, which is at BSA, I've got membership, that's £15 for a half day, and then on Sunday I'm down at Gowl Games, which is a big prison which is near me, and that's £40 a game day. To give you an idea, you can cover that cost and make it so that your friend or family can have an amazing day out at your expense, really. Now, having said that, then brings me to the end of my kind of Christmas gift guide. I'll have a few other things going up in the future to show you guys kind of over the Christmas period of other things that I think are a great idea. Maybe could do some YouTube shorts, I reckon, maybe if I'm feeling brave. Otherwise, hope this has been useful for you. If you've got any questions about gifts you want to buy a partner or a significant other, then please feel free to comment down in the comments section. I'll try and get back to you with either ideas or solutions to your issues, because really this video is not for airsofters. This video is for the people who want to do something nice for the airsofter in their life. On that note, if you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you out in any way, shape or form, or you're an airsoft and it's given you some ideas for how you want to expand your kit, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Otherwise, I'll leave Christmas in your hands. Bye guys.